Hello everyone, I see you. Thank you for taking the time out of your day, as your time is the greatest gift that we have. And the fact that you are taking your time to share this with me, I love you. Thank you for being. Today is May 8th, 2017, and today is the 3-year anniversary of my surrenderance. Getting back into doing videos, and it feels really good. My last video, yep, I went to jail and it was awesome, got 417 views within just a couple days, and that's over twice the amount of views on any video that I've done so far. And I am truly humbled and honored, and I appreciate all of you who watched it, and I'm honored and humbled by the fact that it impacted so many people. The comments that I have received, the messages that I've received from it is absolutely amazing. And a couple days ago, what happened while I'm here in Bend, Oregon, was the initial inspiration and download I got for this video. And here we've got my friend Amy, who's sharing her energy with all of you and me. I got her twin flame Scott. He's awesome. Rutilated quartz. Holding space with us tonight. You're beautiful. But yes, May 8th, okay, a little bit before that, 4 years ago, I was raised, so we're going even before that, 5 years old. My father owned his own machine shop. And at the age of 5, I started working in a machine shop, and I ended up dropping out of high school at 16. And I was already making averaging 15 to 20 bucks an hour as a machinist at that time, which is really good for a high school dropout and for someone 16. And about 4 years ago, I had a 2010 BMW 550i, a condo, was making $80,000, $100,000 a year, and my higher self, true self, real self, God self, whatever you would like to call it, had a different plan for me. There was many goals I had in life, many plans I made, many intentions that I had, and as much love and thought and positive affirmations and all that stuff I gave to it, and none of them happened, and I was making plans and life was still happening. So I'm like, all right, something's got to give, something's got to be going on. And about 3 years and 8 months ago, I started my spiritual path, or consciously started it, with Abraham Hicks and some other teachers and stuff like that. And I went from job to job and lost a job and lost the car and had a girl I wanted to marry, and she cheated on me and broke up with me and all this stuff, and life just fell apart. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I was losing my shit. And a friend of mine that I knew from Florida had moved to Ashland, Oregon, and invited me to move out there. And I'm like, yes, totally. I've never been one to collect a whole lot of stuff, so it's not like I had to bring a whole lot of stuff with me. And when I got out there, almost 3 days later, started dating someone, and didn't work per se, but I was really, really focused on meditation and reading and writing and stuff like that. And in the past 3 years, 2.5 years now of hitchhiking, I've covered 38,000 miles. I've had maybe $8,000 or $9,000 given to me by the blessings of others. I've only asked 3 people for anything in the past 2.5 years because I was either told by them to ask or was intuitively guided to. And the majority of that $8,000 or $9,000 I've given away to whoever I intuitively felt I was supposed to. And Saturday night here in Bend, send angels with those in service and those who are to be served. Saturday I went to the mega church here in Bend, and me being a self-empowerment coach, the message was absolutely perfect of compassion, empathy, surrender, God's plan for us, our real selves plan, agenda for us, once as we get out of the way and let life lead us. And one of the things the pastor was talking about was moving through fears. And when we have that inspiration, when God is speaking from within our heart to do something, and the ego kicks in, the self kicks in, the desire, the attachments kick in. And we cower and we get scared. We get fearful. And one thing that he was talking about that he brought up that Jesus had talked about was leave everything, give all your worldly possessions away and walk in the path of God. And seven years ago or so, when I was living in Ohio, after my opiate addiction, I spent almost 2 years with a needle in my arm. I went through 8 overdoses, and I'll cover that in my book, Give Your Life to Love, and other times. But this one's more about surrender, about abundance, following our heart, the daily bread that we always have. We are always provided for. We are so loved and so taken care of and so abundant. But most people are looking for the next thing, forgetting that everything we want is right here in this moment of now. Everything we've ever been looking for is ourself. And this pastor was sharing, and it was making my heart sing, because as a self-empowerment coach, this is what I've gone through myself, taking my power back, going through the healing, realizing that everything is here to serve me. Life isn't happening to me, it's happening for me, and I am this with you. And I am as you are. And he was talking about, and it's funny because one of the biggest addictions here on earth is chasing money. So much more so than a drug or sex or a job or spirituality. Seek first the kingdom. Seek first the kingdom of God. Seek first the love that we are, and everything else will be given. And so the past, we'll call it 48 hours. Saturday, after hearing this message, I'm like, all right, the sign that you saw, the I love you, thank you for being. The pastor is talking about when you see that person who needs help, if you've eaten that day and you've got money, help them out. If you're saving money and you've got something, oh, I need that, but you feel you should give it away, where's the faith to be able to give it away? If God or your real self or your soul or the light or the universe or all that is calling you in a new direction, but you're scared to go, that's what I've talked about, and that's what he was talking about. So there's a little bit of ego. I'm like, yeah, I want to go to church tomorrow, Sunday morning, and I want to stand at the exit with my sign, and I want to see how many people that the night before heard the message of compassion, what we can call a Sunday. It happens for all religions, not just Christianity. So a Sunday service lifestyle, or the Christ, Buddha, Krishna, Allah, higher self as one reality and game that we get to play with. The authenticity of not my will, but divine will. Because I know for the past 2.5 years that I stopped making plans, my life is way beyond my wildest dreams. I've seen more things, met more people, and had experiences that the I, the lowercase I, the persona I, the egoic I, the desired I, the desiring I, the power of desirelessness will set you free. So, yesterday morning, I get up and I'm all excited, and a friend of mine that I was hanging out with, today is now Monday, hung out with today, and he's back at the shelter that we're staying at. First shelter I've stayed at, and man, I've been honored by the people who have touched me and that I've been able to touch while I've been there. Humbling, heart-opening, and amazing. And he's like, hey dude, you want to go get coffee? And I drink coffee once in a while, and I'm like, sure. And I'm like, all right, service is starting at that time. Oh shit, I want to get there. And the ego and the mind are getting things, oh, we want to do this and getting in a hurry. And that's another thing that the pastor was talking about Saturday night, is being in a hurry, and it's already taken care of, allowing it to happen. So I'm really excited, and we go to the coffee shop and we have a really good time, and I'm like, all right, thinking, look at it, and I don't wear a watch because it's always right now. Right now will set you free. This is what I call upon for the benefit of all of us, that we all may honor ourselves, forgive ourselves for taking anything personally. And oh, my brothers and sisters, I can feel a good video is coming on forgiveness. As Matt Kahn, I watched one of his videos, The Essence of Forgiveness. I highly recommend it. I love to give credit where credit is due. Because as I've been blessed to be an inspiration to myself and others, there are others who have been an inspiration to themselves and to I. We all hold crumbs of the cracker or the piece of bread for one another that we get to share with and bless each other with. And so there was also an organic little market down near the church. And so me and another guy that I met my second day in the shelter after getting out of jail, which the video, yep, I went to jail and is awesome. If you haven't seen it, I recommend it. I think it's pretty funny. And I had a great time in jail for the 4 days. And so the guy that I met the next day, he's a old biker, outlaw, Hell's Angel, a rap sheet as long as on my left leg is my right leg. I had a right leg reduction surgery. 12 years on the 12th. 4 days from now will be the 12-year anniversary of when I wrecked. And there will be a video for that one too. But this is this one. And so I had that sign hanging out. I've got a carabiner on the back of my belt. So everywhere people get a look at my butt and see I love you, thank you for being, and I get my own little comedic, childlike, child is a playful, loving, innocent heart. That is the key to heaven, the key to life. And that's a part of this video as well, is a child doesn't worry, but it literally just allows the divinity to move through. Not wondering how the next meal is going to come. Not wondering how things are going to happen. It's just highest joy after highest joy after highest joy. And that's where we're all going home to. Because that's heaven on earth. That's what heaven on earth is following your highest joy, taking it as far as you can with zero expectations of the outcome. And I got that from Bashar. Thank you, Bashar. That literally saved my life when I first 3 weeks into hitchhiking. And so we go down to the organic market, and people are, as a sensitive being, empathic, whatever you want to call it, feeling people driving by. Some are excited, some want to say something, some the ego comes in, oh, don't say something. I can only love you as much as I have loved and love myself. You can only love me as much as you love yourself. Another can only love you as much as they love themselves. So if you're seeking love, there's only one person to truly love, and that's you. You're the only thing that ever matters, has ever mattered, and will ever matter. The more you know yourself, the more you'll know another. And when you truly know yourself, you know there is no other. It is just you. You are it, and it is you. And so as me and my friend came back this way, we had a great time, and I got to talk to a couple people, and there's a lady that went by, probably about my age. On this body is 34, be 35 this year. It's been doing amazing. Absolutely in love with this body. I've decorated it pretty well with tattoos and stuff in one leg. And so as me and my friend Gator are coming back this way, he was coming to the park that I'm in, and I'm like, I'm going to go to town. One of the things I do everywhere I go is I pick up trash. I am honored to clean the area that is my home, since I am houseless, far from home, or far from homeless, very, very much at home. Because home for me is that feeling that I am always in the right place at the right time, and there is nowhere else to be but where I am in each moment. So I am always home, and this body is my home. And I am very happily houseless. I've loved and enjoyed living in houses, but right now I'm honored to be houseless. And so I'm cleaning up trash, and I had this excitement. 1 second. If you haven't had this brand, Rebel, their golden milk, turmeric, or any of them, you should try them. They're really good. Bless you, body. Here, I'll put that up there and for some advertising that I may or may not ever get paid for, and I don't care because I'm happy just to share. So I start cleaning up trash, and I had this excitement. It's like, it's been a while since I've had Thai food, and I'm like, you know what, I would really enjoy a pad Thai, and there's a Thai restaurant that's right next to the shelter. So I start cleaning up trash, and this lady pulls up on a bicycle, pulls out a wads of cash. She's like, I really, truly appreciate what you're doing. Peels off a 20 and hands it to me. I stick it in my pocket. Thank you, I appreciate you. Really blown away by, she's like, you're very humble and surreal almost, and just now. And I'm like, thank you, I appreciate that. I'm honored. And so I'm like, all right, I got money for Thai food. I'm going to keep on cleaning up trash. I got plenty of energy. We're doing this. Well done, body, for leaning over on crutches with the trash bag and all that good shit. I still have the I love you, thank you for being sign on my butt. So I'm getting to love people and give that transmission of presence of love and appreciation for everyone who reads it, whether they could handle it or not. Remember, anytime that someone pushes you away, it's because they can't handle the love that you embody. Because you are that badass. It's not a fault, it is a blessing. Keep that in mind. Keep that in heart. Keep it in truth. And a couple minutes later, I'm picking up more cigarette butts, and there's a guy in a Subaru from North Carolina. I like to observe. I like to be the observer, because that's what I am. That's what you are. That's what we are. The observer. The awareness of all that is. And he gets out and he's like, dude, man, I really appreciate what you're doing. I haven't been in Oregon very long, and this is absolutely amazing. And I want to go back to, just for a moment, when I was at the coffee shop this morning, which was Sunday morning, 3 months ago, when I was in Yellow Springs, Ohio. If you haven't been there, I highly recommend it, even though I know my Yellow Springs, Ohio friends don't want me to promote Yellow Springs, because it's like 3,000 people, and energetically it's like Sedona or Mount Shasta or Crater Lake. It is badass. Go there. Love you, Yellow Springs friends. I'll see you again soon, family. But a friend of mine there that I did some healing with, I stayed with him for a month and a half between Birmingham, Alabama, and Yellow Springs and Boone, North Carolina, spent $120 on a Moldavite pendant with silver pendant with Isis wings. I think it's Isis wings. And the Kundalini snakes and a Moldavite and $30 necklace. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
How are you guys?
I'm doing perfect. I'm shooting a video, so I'm talking to myself. Or talking to the camera. Have a great night. Huh, people, I love it. And this little girl was like standing in line, and I was at the table with my friend that wasn't too far away from the counter, and this little girl, 7, 6, 8 months old, something like that, big bright blue eyes, is staring at me, and I'm like, hi, how are you, Angel? And the mom looks over, and I'm like, oh, your daughter is gorgeous, beautiful eyes, and she gets all excited. And I had almost given away this pendant a couple other times, and it was more of my mind wanting to give it away, because if there was a movie about my life, it'd be what else could I give away? That would be the title of it. What else can I give away? I mean, I literally have everything in a little backpack. I don't travel with a sleeping bag or a hammock or a tent, just clothes and toothbrush and stuff for my master cleanse, the maple syrup, cayenne pepper, bee pollen, coconut oil, maple syrup, some other stuff, my flute, Amy and Scott. Yeah. And all of a sudden I go to the bathroom, I come back, and the mom and the little angel are just sitting there, and my heart has said, it's time to give the pendant. Okay, cool. And I take it off and I get all excited, and I go over, and the mom was probably 28 to early 30, somewhere in there. And I'm like, I have a gift for your daughter if that's okay. And I hand it to her, and she's like very surprised. And I was, on a monetary aspect, I was honored that I got to give this little girl something that was like $150, that it could be years before she knew anything about it. But I know the magic of the Moldavite, the love that I've had for it, the love that the creator, the artist of it put into it, is going to benefit her and her family. And I'm honored by that I get to pass it on. So giving, keep the infinite flow moving through. So back to the guy from North Carolina who gave so much appreciation, and he hands me $5, and he's like, dude, I honor and respect what you're doing. I'm like, thanks. I'm like, $25, this is awesome. And if about 10 minutes later, picking up trash, this and that, I go in front of the pizza shop, which I don't remember the name, but they got really good pizza. And there was like 4 or 5 kids out front, probably between like 8 and 12 years old. Ben's really cool because parents just let their kids run around town. It's safe and homey like that. And the majority of the kids were eating pizza, and there's one kid that wasn't, and he was I was hearing him talking about pizza, and I was still walking by picking up trash. And one of his friends is like, oh, I can get one. He's like, oh, you don't have to. And even though he went in to get it, I walk up and I take the $5 out. I'm like, here, dude, here's for your next piece of pizza. And he's like, really? I'm like, yeah, man. He's like, you don't need it? I'm like, I'm abundant. I am the breath of abundance. I didn't say that to him. And I'm like, dude, money just keeps on showing up. I have what I need when I need it. I know what I need to know when I need to know it. And I walk away and I hear him say, that's the most awesome guy in the world. He is so cool. Did you see that? And it's empath, and my heart opened, and I felt all of their hearts open, and it was amazing. And literally like 30 seconds later, I'm picking up trash in front of the other coffee shop I like to go to in town. And I see 2 buskers, one playing a guitar and the other one singing, or they're both singing. And my heart's like, go through the little alleyway. And I'm like, all right. And I hear my heart say, give them the $20. And I'm like, no, I want my Thai food. And I felt that neediness, that desire, that attachment, that worry, that ego, that self, the mind, all kick in, and I'm like, whoa. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's my power. I created. I'm honored and blessed and humbled and so appreciative of the fact that I got to put my power into an experience of fear, of worry, of lack, of desire. Man, when we fully let go of desire, we get way more than we could ever imagine is out there. The trueness, the wholeness of desirelessness will bring you to a life way beyond what you could ever in the self, create, think of, imagine, dream by a lot from my own personal experience. And so I go through this practice that I'm like, oh, I am honored by this power that I've put there. And I simply know that this is a part of myself that I haven't loved yet, that it holds my power. And so from the creator, as the observer of this experience, thank you, I take my power back as I love my own heart. And I feel my power returning, and I can literally feel the vibration and the expansion of my eternal being, expanding into the wholeness that I am. And man, I take that $20 out, and I'm now down to a couple cents. I happily throw that $20 as I took my power back, and I know I am abundance. I know you are abundance. I know we are abundance. Beyond our wildest imagination and dreams. You just gotta feel it. Own it. Take your power back. Forgive yourself for taking anything that's ever happened to you personally. Because it too is here to serve you. And so I'm walking around and I'm excited and I'm like, you know what? I got avocados back at the shelter. I got some flaxseed oil. I got my sea salt. And I'm still not done picking up trash. And there's a chance I could have more money given to me because I needed about $15 for the pad thai. Because I tip well. I don't go out to eat unless I can tip 30%, if not more. 20% if you're shitty. 30% if you did a good job, and anything above that, let me share it. Let me share it all. What else can I give away? I want to give so much away, I give this breath away to you. I am already fulfilled in everything that I could ever imagine being. And so I'm going around and my heart says cross the street and go this way, and I do, and there's this dude out front of a restaurant smoking a cigarette. He's like, hey homie, come here. I'm like, all right. I go over and he's like, how are you doing today? And I'm like, perfect, my brother. Perfect? Yes, my brother. I am perfect. I am as you are as well. And he hands me $10 and I start giggling. I'm like, all right, there's $10. I mean, even if I don't have the money for tonight, the lunch special tomorrow is $7.95 and there's no sales tax in Oregon. So that's like a $2 tip and I won't even eat there. And that's 25% tip. And I know I got some change in my other shoe at the shelter. Covered. Good. Praise God. And we talk for a while and he adds me on Facebook because he wants to follow along with my journey. Humbled and honored by it. And on my way back, still following my heart, I'm like, heart, I surrender. Lead the way. Body, you are badass. Keep on going. I love you, body. The strength and abundance of the breath that flows through that my open heart can share with you. And I'm like right back to the shelter and my hip is killing me. And I'm like, God bless it, if this is like any other time that I've spent a day picking up trash, I'm going to have to spend the whole day at the shelter and let this body just relax and heal. But honored that I get to be of service of cleaning my home, Mother Earth. Mother Earth, I honor and respect you. I appreciate you, Father Sky, come within that we are. And out of nowhere, like I keep on looking back, checking for trash, and I literally empath. Oh wait, someone's near me, and I turn around, and there's like a football field. There is no way this dude, unless he sprinted, could catch up to me from the last time that I turned around, because none of this is solid. Your real self, the holographic matrix of this universe, is holographic. It's like a movie. And since it's happening for you and not to you, it inserts exactly what it needs to for your highest growth. Whether to love, honor, appreciate a part of you that you haven't yet, or to reward you for the part that you have. It's amazing. Literally, all of this is amazing. It's so cool. And he's like, dude, I got to town today. And I'm thinking, you got to town a couple seconds ago, because you just, here you were. I didn't say this to him, but it's like, trying to, yep, all right, cool. He's like, dude, I really appreciate you, one leg or not, picking up trash. Here's $5. Nope, that's not how he said it. The name of this video was going to be, can I give you $5? Because that's what he said. He's like, can I give you $5? And I'm like, brother, you can do whatever you want to. And he hands me $5. And that right there, oh, I forgot a story. But I just remembered. That's the cool thing about forgetting, is you can remember. Between guy with $10 and guy with $5, this guy comes up. Remember, I have the I love you, thank you for being sign on my butt. And he comes up, he's like, how's it going, dude? And I'm like, perfect, man, how you doing? He's like, really good. Can I interest you in a snack? It's a chips, or I say, as long as it's vegetarian. And he's like, yeah, or is dairy okay? I'm like, yep. And it's and I was thinking, I'm like, all right, my pad thai, I want it really spicy. I love spicy food. By the way, I had my pad thai today. It was amazing and spicy. But I'm like, I really want my pad thai spicy. And he's like, it's a spinach cheese dip with jalapenos that's really spicy. And I'm just like, there's my spicy. Perfect. So I sit down right there on the curb, and I'm holding my sign up with my knee. And I'm just like, you know what? This is awesome. I've got my spicy. And dude, this dip, dude and dudettes, gotta give love where love is due. Hi, mosquito. No, later. Let me finish the video, and then we'll play later. All right, cool. Love you. That's how you learn how to be a ninja. Go hang out with mosquitoes. But yeah, I know I'm sitting there and I'm just like, oh my God, so mind blown that like this dip was way better than the pad thai that I could imagine it. And it was perfect, and I had $10, and I didn't even need the $10 because I have this food, and it filled me up right to the perfect amount. Oh, and it was amazing. So I'm giddy, and I got even more oomph in my hop or my step, or some people call me Sir Hops a lot. One step, pogo. Whatever, it's all good. It's fun. And then the guy with $5. Remember, we are always given our daily bread. We are so absolutely blessed in abundance that literally you gotta let go to find out. And from my own personal example, how to do that is when your heart says to give, to change, anything that's different, then all of a sudden procrastination is the devil.